Indiana Jones, Indiana It's a podcast about Indiana Jones. Every movie, 1 minute at a time. Indiana Jones Minute.
So my uncle, who is a priest on the west side of Cleveland, he had several members or parishioners that were on the Edmund Fitzgerald. And, we're talking about 50 years ago, the Edmund Fitzgerald, sank to the surprise of everybody. It was sort of the Great Lakes Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
So it was supposed to be, this Leviathan that was unsinkable. And there's a couple of great documentaries that came out, one very recently that I just watched last night. And it's on YouTube. And my uncle was a big fan of freighters on the Great Lakes. Like they talk about this in the documentary, you could be invited on board the Fitzgerald and some of the other freighters. And it was like you were treated, it was a little bit like going on the iron ore version of the Queen Mary, Mm-hmm. But obviously, before the Fitzgerald went down, he gave one of the parishioners gave my uncle a clock, and it said, it was like a mantle clock, like a big, nice carved wooden mantle clock that said Edmund Fitzgerald on it. And my uncle had that on his mantle for many years, and we kind of looked at it and all like, dude,
Gordon Lightfoot?
Gordon Lightfoot? Yeah. No, but we're like, that's because if you live in Cleveland or Toledo or Detroit or, anywhere in the, like Sault Ste. Marie, anywhere in the Great Lakes, obviously the Edmund Fitzgerald is, a lot about it, or you hear a lot about it. And it was astonishing that he had this on his mantle. So when he passed away, we inherited it, and I had it, and I got an email from a cousin of mine who I hadn't spoken to in about 20 years, and he said, "Hey, how's it going? I remembered your uncle fondly, and I had one thing. Your uncle and I talked a lot about shipwrecks and boats in the Great Lakes, and I was wondering if you still happen to have the clock of the Edmund Fitzgerald. That would mean a lot to me." And
you're
told
like,
him,
well, that went up on eBay the next day. I'm sorry.
I was going to say
15 zillions.
it's at $2,200 right now. I hope you have a bid sniper. No, I kind of looked at it and I thought to myself, to be honest, I was like, what am I going to do with this, this great artifact? And I actually, I gave it to him because I knew that that's what my uncle would have wanted. Because my uncle was like, Jerry shouldn't get anything of mine.
How'd you get that?
How'd you get that?
No,
so we said we gave it to him. But I said, hey, I want to come and visit it anytime I can. Those are the deals. I'm happy to give it to you, but I want to come and visit it anytime I can. And then I called him, his family a couple of weeks ago, and they didn't call me back.
Does it say Edmund Fitzgerald on it?
Yeah. Dude, it says that. Yeah.
Oh,
it's crazy.
That's really
it's crazy.
Cool. Yeah.
So really crazy.
He put it on eBay. That's why they're not letting you come visit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're ashamed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're rich.
They don't need you anymore.
Yeah.
Well, that was a very nice thing you did, Jerry. That was a very kind thing you did to give that to him.
Well, have you ever done anything like that, Pete? Tommy, I know you haven't.
No.
No.
Well, you come across something and you're like, all right, here's somebody, I don't know them very well, but they're asking me for a thing that is, I don't know, let's say worth a lot, or even if it's just worth a lot in terms of our
sentimental or
sentimental.
Oh, you know what? I actually have done that. My dad had a very cool old-timey Wells Fargo belt buckle. Like Wells Fargo in terms of like
Stagecoach.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know how old it literally was, but it was old enough that he'd had it forever. And my uncle loved it. And he's like, oh my gosh, if I could get a belt buckle like that one of these days, I'd be the happy. And so when my dad passed away, I was like, Bob, I think you should have this. It would be cool if I had this, beautiful. But you should actually, and he was really touched. He was like, and he's not like an emotional dude, but he's like, this is Thank you. I really appreciate this. That's really
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I really didn't know what I would do with this ship's clock. Like it is this piece, but I kind of was like, what is my connection or tie with it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone in my family ever owned anything of value.
Even sentimental
It was an
value
easy-
or anything.
It was
Or
an easy. No. Oh God. No.
Please get this away from me.
Yeah.
Well, that's depressing. Or maybe it makes things easier. I don't know.
Yeah. You don't have to worry.
Well, I mean, the way I kind of feel like Pete, you're so Buddhist and everything. You know, what is worth?
Because of because of the stories we tell ourselves, we agree that it has value.
Yeah, I don't believe for a second that clock was actually from the Edmund Fitzgerald. It probably looked like
Well,
it
even
was.
if
That
it
was all
was,
fake.
like even if it was, like it's because of the story that it's got value. I mean, it has value. That same clock is worth. You couldn't give it away if it was. If it
You know,
weren't for the
he
Edmund
was
Fitzgerald.
he was saying that he and my uncle talked a lot about ships, and I
Yeah.
was kind of like, well, that was one of my uncle's favorite pastimes, so that's why
No, that's a great. I love that you did that. I love that you did that, and then you played baseball with like the Bob Feller ball or whatever you had. The Hornus Wagner
Yeah, the ball.
you
It was
had,
the
or-
ball. It was signed by the Cleveland Indians. They won the World Series. It was the ball that was the ball was signed by all the Cleveland Indians when they won the World Series. It was like Satchel Paige,
Oh, man.
and I can't remember who else was on there.
And you pulverized it with a baseball
Yeah,
bat.
Yeah, they did.
my
It was
my
like a
grandma
process
gave it
thing.
to
Yeah.
my grandma gave it to my cousins.
Big mistake. Well, this is the weirdest episode of Anything Goes we've ever done because it's not even an episode of Anything Goes. It's an episode of Indiana Jones Minute. And you know what we do here. We talk about Indiana Jones movies like Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and we do it 3 minutes at a time. And my name is Tom Taylor.
My name is Pete, inspired by Jerry and thinking maybe this movie could have used a few more muses to inspire it. Mummert.
I'm Gerald Christopher Bright Spark Porter.
Oh. And we are here today to discuss minutes 91 through 93, in which the Edmund Fitzgerald sinks tragically to... No, I'm sorry. No, these minutes begin and end with Helena holding court as she deciphers the Graphicos, walking it through Greek or something, and along the way cluing in a disappointed Indy that she is in fact scamming Fuller by revealing to Indy that she has some of that dynamite from before in her pocket, which she is now trying to secretly ignite with Fuller's cigarette as the minutes end. And my one note for this entire 3 minutes is let Pete off the leash.
Well, just let me start. I've got to. This is maybe not a negative. This may be a positive because I've asked the same question many times about Indiana Jones. Is Helena a psychopath or a sociopath? She literally just watched a man murdered 3 feet from her, and it was one of her godfather's closest friends.
Yeah.
And within 30 seconds, she's like, "Oh, well, let me tell you the story."
Well-
like she's like kind of giddy.
Okay, but is that part of her incredible heroic cool that she is going full on into this scam
Well, that's why I'm
that will get
asking.
them out
Maybe-
out of a pinch?
Maybe it is, but it's incredible poise. If so, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't think a lot of.
I
your
think she should
average
carry her own franchise.
person
That's
off
what
the
I think.
street. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people. Yeah, that's true. I just don't think a lot of people off the street, like if they see someone murdered, 30 seconds later can do a little song and dance like that.
Well, she introduces this little episode in minutes. She says cold hard math.
Which
Yeah.
is good. I
Yeah.
love that because
Yeah.
she's kind of saving everybody's life.
The cold equations. You ever
Yeah.
read that story? That's a good
No.
science fiction
No.
story.
Wait, who's am I?
Oh, you should have asked me that. I forget. It's really good, though. I want to look it up while you guys chat about Indiana Jones.
I was going to say, Pete, can you think of another time in any indie franchise where cold hard math would have worked?
Well, this scene reminded me. So I was trying to figure out when Fuller pours the jewels out of the little black velvet bag. Is that a Lao Che reference?
I wondered
'Cause-
that myself.
Because that's kind of
Yeah.
a cold hard moment where Indy like is kind of mercenary and he steals one artifact to get a diamond, another artifact, and and he sees his friend murdered, and I don't
Yeah.
know. There's some parallels.
Well, first of all, I'm looking. There's a lot happening here. So
yeah.
So when she says cold hard math, and she brings that up right after.
Sorry, cold hard maths. You're gonna make the British people.
Oh, is that what she says? Cold hard maths?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Pete. She brings that up right after she sees this dude shot, and Indy actually says, he's like, hey, decipher this. He's like, no. So all of a sudden, she thinks it's appropriate to bargain. Would you like? I can have a little more inflection. All of a sudden, she thinks it's appropriate
to the teenager from The Simpsons. To
to bargain. To bargain? It could be that, or all of a sudden she finds it appropriate to bargain.
But I appreciate that she's like, I'm not going to sacrifice myself for principle here. I mean, I'd rather get out of this of my life and your lives, and I appreciate that. I think that's a good move.
But I mean, I think it's clear that she's not just trying to save herself. That she's trying to get
No, I
and her
agree.
buddies
I
out of
agree.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, how about this? Do you think that this is all just stepping into Fuller's world? As if it's all part of this ruse. So she's like, okay, here's what. Fuller's the type of guy who understands this bartering thing, and like he knows that I went to, where is it, Marrakesh, and we did the, where did they go?
Tangier.
Tangier,
yeah.
thank you. I knew it wasn't. And she knows that he went there, and so if I set this up with a money grubbing plot, $100,000, whatever, right now, immediately.
Yeah, that's
then
how he knows her. Yeah.
That's how he knows that she doesn't have something else up her sleeve, like a stick of dynamite.
Right.
He's thinking, let me play into his world. I'm a mercenary. He's going to, he'll understand that this is just how I work. And then what does happen is she fully distracts him
Yeah.
by this entire, first of all, the money.
By telling him
then
exactly where the thing is located.
Yeah, the money, the diamonds, the deciphering, talking about Greek stuff.
Is it this whole scene is really distracting though? Like because of Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones doesn't quite fit in this scene because
No, he doesn't.
we, the audience, pick up pretty immediately that she is scamming Fuller. But Indy is sitting there like an old man in a shawl saying like,
one of his closest friends was also
of course he's
murdered in
upset,
cold
yeah,
blood.
but he should know that he should be at least as smart as we are. And we get that we can see what she's doing and he cannot see what she's doing. And that's a little frustrating.
He's also
to me.
just acting really well.
I don't think he is because then she shows him the thing. Oh,
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
dynamite. Where'd you get that? So that's a little frustrating. But what are
You're
you gonna
smarter
do?
than Indiana Jones.
I know. Finally, look at me.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of smart, when she goes Tiddly and Tiddly hands her the magnifying glass, how does he know she wants the magnifying glass?
He's
Well,
a
they
good
just have a
sidekick.
They
They have a connection.
funny. It's like MASH, like Scalpel,
Yeah.
Tiddly.
Yeah.
There's the scene where he she says, $100,000, and he goes, most certainly, whatever it is,
Yeah.
and he pulls out a cigarette and he starts to smoke it, and you're like, oh, okay, is this one of those post-coital?
Well, he is very like. It's funny because she's all giddy and like going through the story of tells him everything from the thing, and he's like super Mr. Eager Beaver, and he's like trying to get her approval. He's like, it's in the
Teacher,
the gymnasium.
I know. Oh.
Yeah, and he's more and more like that. And
Yeah.
It's funny. It's like she's like leading him by the nose.
Yeah. And Pete, I was thinking of you this whole 3 minutes because we were spent all last episode thinking like, okay, wait though. So there's this code that this thing is written in. It's not something you just read. It's a code you actually can't read unless you have the key for it and
Yeah,
everything.
no, there's no way
And
she
I had
could.
in my head, okay, I think she's going to scam them. And she is scamming them, but it really does seem like she's taking a magnifying glass
I
and
think
reading
she-
word for word across this thing. And maybe she's not telling him the whole story, but I don't think
I
that
think
she
she
is.
is.
Yeah, I don't think
I think she's just reading it.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Pete. Sorry,
But-
That's
Pete.
okay. I'm
So
past that.
you know what? She could have sat there with Indy next to her, read it, and Indy would know that she was lying,
Yeah.
or Indy
But
would think
his
she
And
was
they could have
being
had a
a
nice
dog.
laugh later on, like, oh,
Yeah.
you pretending to read
But
a
his
thing.
facial expressions seem to be saying that she's reading it exactly verbatim as it is.
Oh, I got
That's
a
the
glimpse of it. I
part-
knew it said that.
See, that's the part I can't figure out. Does Indy I guess Indy's not in on it until he sees the bright spark dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he really thinks that it's fascinating. He really, it's either she is so good at trickery that she fools Indy, or I guess Indy really doesn't trust her still. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, he hasn't like we've been as the audience we've been picking up on these tiny little things on our Helen watch that she's coming around and becoming a human being and treating him like a person, but he's not getting that yet. I
Although
guess.
I know movies are weird and movies are not real life, but I tried very hard over the last year or so to watch as little violence as I can, and it's over. I haven't watched a lot of movies or TV because almost everything has violence.
Yeah.
But it when you do watch violence, it's very jarring, and the idea that Indy would see this friend of his murdered, like first they shoot him in his knee, his kneecap off, and he's in pain, and then they just murder him. I don't know how any human being can then immediately like pop into a different mode. Like I know movie logic, sure, but sometimes like when you think about
Yeah.
these things as human beings, they're really weird.
It's almost like Helena is being the more traditional hero, like just snapping
being
into
Indiana
action.
Jones.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
being
that's-
Indiana Jones and like, hey,
Yeah.
Fuller, I got your thing right here. Give me $100
Yeah.
grand, and I'm your gal. And Indy is more like a human being, and he's having
Yeah.
the worst week of his entire life. His entire like staff at the school has been murdered not in front of him,
His
but he's
wife
found
left
dead
him.
bodies.
Yeah.
His wife left him. He's an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Solid broke up with him.
He's stuck with this tiddly guy.
Yeah. And
He
yeah,
got
like
a
his friend
church
just
on
got
his.
killed.
Didn't he get a chorch?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he got his
He got a chorch fight.
Got his George
Yeah.
bitten. Yep.
His George chopped.
Yeah. Maybe that's it. Maybe he just has the bends right now and he can't think straight. His head's all mush.
Are they? Maybe they're dead. Like maybe this is like this is
maybe.
the. They're.
No, I like
the
that,
smoky
Pete. They
red
all-
light, or
they all-
maybe that's what the flare is. It's like the smoky red light in the Tibetan Book of the Dead. It's
Oh, nice.
don't go to that one. That's gonna be a bad rebirth.
Tommy, I'm going to ask you because you pay attention, or at least you have to come up with the little summaries.
The one time.
Where do and how do and what do the diamonds stand for here? Like, are these just in case diamonds?
Yeah, he just has
Like he
precious
just
gems
has them
on
in his
person.
pocket?
Yeah.
Here's walking around diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he like buy those in Tangier, like in the gift shop on the way out? He's like, oh, I'll grab some of these. I'll grab this tea.
Buy $103,000 worth of diamonds.
Well, I'm wondering because she's like $100,000, and then he pulls out the
He's
diamonds.
like, I think you'll find this is worth
Yeah.
$102,000.
Yeah, and so you're like, okay, A, why does he do that? B, maybe that's his Edmund Fitzgerald clock. He's
Oh,
like,
maybe,
oh,
yeah.
these diamonds.
Like maybe
They
like,
don't
no
mean
matter
much
how
to
bad
me.
you are as a person, like we see him like eagerly trying to get someone's approval. Maybe like getting someone's approval for the first time in his life. He's like, oh, I'm gonna give back. I'm gonna give her my Edmund Fitzgerald clock.
Yeah.
Or is she? Maybe he's like, look, I don't have $100,000 cash, and I want to get this done.
Yeah.
So these will suffice to let her know that I'm serious.
Yeah. I was going to exchange these as soon as
Yeah.
I got into port for some cash, but no. Okay.
Not
might
only
as well
why does
just-
he have them, but why does he have them on a boat?
And why, if it's over $100,000, why didn't he take back one kadam?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It should be like, with Indy with the sand. He should be like, weighing it out a little bit in his hand. That's probably about 100,000. Okay, there you go.
And how does she like? I thought Tiddly was going to give her a mirror so she could like scratch it like they do on Three's Company or in a sitcom, so she'd know they're real
Yeah.
diamonds. But
Yeah.
how does she know those are actually diamonds?
Maybe that's what
I-
Fuller is
yeah.
counting on. He's like, I'm gonna guess
Yeah.
she doesn't have her little eye thing that you screw into your eye to like look at the thing all close and see all the details.
I love that he's scamming her and she's scamming him
Yeah.
and everyone's scamming everybody
can't
else. And
trust
Indy's
anybody.
probably
It's awful.
I mean, because Indy says they're not going to pay you. So is
He's
this?
disgusted too when he's
Yeah.
immediately proven wrong.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah. Well, but we don't know if those. I mean, I can't remember the movie, but I don't know if those diamonds are real or not, or if we ever
Yeah.
find out. I guess I have to watch the rest of it.
I guess so.
But
Is that I do he pours out the diamonds, and of course of course I'm annoyed by the diamond trill that happens in the music, like
oh yeah,
and I don't remember, but I want to say that there was that same trill in
With Lao She.
yeah, like in the Club Obi-Wan, and there was that it was the precise same trill, like
Yeah.
like that John
Might have
Williams
been.
has a button that says diamond
Yeah.
trill.
yeah.
Or-
But
or
that I mean, they
hat
kind of
land.
they're trying to make us feel warm and comfy.
Is there
I
a moment
guess
in
so.
one of the Star Wars movies like that too, where someone pours out a little black velvet bag? Maybe not. It feels familiar in another movie but I don't know what it would have been.
I kind of know what you mean. You were
I
thinking
don't know.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, I don't know what it's from, but yeah.
Maybe we're talking about the climate of these pirate, negotiator, black market thieves, and she wants 100,000. He's got the diamonds. She's like cold hard maths. So I guess she's making Fuller comfortable. This is the Argo, which that crew,
Oh, nice
group
word.
of people talking, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good word.
Thanks, Pete. That's rare. That's rare. That's collectible. Now that's worth something, Pete. That has value when Pete tells you that's a good word.
That is absolutely all I have for these minutes.
Well, it is interesting that the one muse she can't remember, Melpomene, is the muse of tragedy.
Oh,
And I was wondering if them sliding this muse is why this movie turned out a bit tragic.
oh, maybe. Yeah, I got to be honest. I didn't follow anything she was saying. Like
Yeah.
her whole.
I don't think it wasn't meant to be followed. Like she
Okay.
literally just starts listing them off. But Fuller repeats. I don't remember, maybe Polymnia. I think he repeats Polymnia, which she was the muse of hymns, which I don't know why he was repeating her. I don't know.
It's a
The whole
little
thing's weird.
quick.
And it's like the fact that I don't know. I know these are sort of like in modern movies obligatory scenes, but they're kind of dumb. Like just like someone deciphers an impossible code and then immediately while they're deciphering it live also solves the riddle of where it is, like that no one
Yeah.
could solve in antiquity. It's like, oh, no one's been able to solve this for a couple thousand years, but I know exactly where it is
Yeah.
in 30 seconds.
You know what? Congratulations, Tommy. I know that's what you wanted out of Pete.
you got it.
You got it. This is dumb.
There's your damn Edmund Fitzgerald clock, Tommy.
Speaking of comforting and warm and cozy.
Well, no, I mean, the one where she says the wolves, what's a place, what does she say, that you'd never get up from or something?
Oh yeah.
The place you never leave is a cemetery.
Or,
Okay,
or
but
like the people
was
who
it-
never leave. Or the dead.
Yeah,
or
but
something.
wolf is Lycos in Greek, and the root is like Lyceum, which where they get school. Their word for school.
Oh, wait a minute, is that why in Altered Beast, when a guy goes, rise from your grave, you're like a wolf?
Yeah. Why do I hate that game so much? That game was
Aw,
just
stop
depressing
it.
to me. It was
We
just
played
depressing
it and we
weird.
liked it.
I wanted to. It was cool that you turned into a monster and stuff, or a big fat animal or something. But it's like those weird blobs
Return of
and
the
things
Jedi
coming
in
at
that
you.
game.
No.
In
No,
real
I'm
time.
not. Nobody ever loved
You were
Altered Beast like people.
Stabbing that game in the back. You and I loved it, and we played it together. And you'd get a power up. And remember, you'd turn into a wolf on the screen with lightning, and we'd be like, "Yeah!"
But I'd be so excited to turn into a wolf, and then a big blob would land on me, and that was it.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't know.
You know what was funny? Wait a minute. It was a wolf, and then one of them was really kind of goofy. It was like
Yeah.
you turn into like an
like a griffin or something
No,
stupid.
he turned into like a llama or something. There was one that was a little bit. Let me think
Oh.
about this.
What the hell is that guy supposed to be? Oh, I'm looking
Yeah.
at the little Mount Rushmore of them. There's like a bear, and there's like a wolf and a tiger, and some other dude, and like a kind of lizardy fella. I don't know.
See, that's fun.
I've-
I like that.
I've got a question. Is lighting a stick of dynamite on a boat akin to shooting a gun on a pressurized plane?
I think so.
Like, it feels like a really dangerous. Like, isn't fire the most dangerous thing on a boat? Like, it seems like she's doing something.
I think it's at least very dangerous in a small enclosed room like that.
Yeah,
And I don't
yeah.
know how long like a wick lasts on one of those things. You know, I don't know.
You know
Does
what?
she?
I thought that there would be some connection here with the lighter and Rennie and Tiddly.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe there will be. Maybe Indy can't get it lit with the cigarette. In the
You know
next
what?
minute.
And you can't, yeah. No, that I was wondering because they make a big deal of the lighter with Tiddly.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I mean,
see, that would have been brilliant. Maybe-
well, I don't know.
it'll
Maybe they
still
do
be.
that.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Like
We'll
she
see.
has to walk around the room with the dynamite behind her back. And nobody can light it.
Yeah, tiddly. Yeah, I'm gonna stand by
And
you.
speaking
for a
of,
little
you
bit.
know what's a really strange exchange here is I can't remember his name's Jenkels. I just wrote down when Jenkels says the tomb of
The
Archimedes.
little guy or the big guy?
No, the littler guy.
Oh,
The
yeah, the little
mustache
guy. Yeah.
guy.
Jenkels.
Yeah,
Jenkels.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
goes, the tomb of Archimedes. And you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Dude.
We know.
Yeah.
We followed that much. Thanks.
I was like,
'Cause
why?
she goes up to him later and she's like, the Doric word for walking is, and he goes, right, peripatetic.
So
Like-
why do we have that shot of him saying the tomb of Archimedes? Is he like a Cub Scout archaeologist?
Yeah, he's like as Fuller is getting all excited answering her questions. He's like he's the Fuller to Fuller. He's like,
I went in on this.
yeah, I know stuff too.
Yeah.
That's Indiana Jones over
I
there.
also
Yeah.
long for approval.
I'm at a movie.
Well, and so it's interesting. We got like the hierarchy within the bad guy tower or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You got like the big meat muscle. And, you know,
Does he also know about archaeology?
I don't
like,
think so, Pete.
I bet he knew peripateo. Or
Wait, did he? Oh,
no, I bet he would have if she'd asked him.
yeah.
Yeah, if she had asked him, he would have
No one
been
asked
like, "Oh,
Mongo
you're talking
anything."
about the Library of Alexandria." And then the middle guy, Jenkels, whatever, he is like, okay, he's part muscle but part smarty.
Is he ever smarty? I thought he was just like the gunsel. Like he just shoots a bunch
I
of
think
people.
he's well. We see him reading a book. He's reading like that German phrase book or something at the very beginning, so he can read, and he's interested
Yeah.
in learning. And that's it.
He's interested in learning because he's reading a
Yeah.
phrase book.
Although
yeah.
he shoots a lot of school faculty, so that seems
Yeah.
counterintuitive.
Yeah, I feel like he's just reading the phrase book too to get into his boss's good graces.
Yeah, that's kind of what it seems like.
And I was wondering if that guy, like, is he supposed to be a balance between muscle and archaeology smarty henchman, like mild smart henchman?
But would Indy have been like that in his prime? Like Indy was pretty. Like he shot how many people in history have shot more human beings than Indiana Jones?
Yeah, most of them had it coming though.
Most
Well,
of,
I'm not saying I won't say yay or nay to that. I'm just saying he's killed a lot of people
yeah,
with
not
the
the
gun.
merits of the murder,
Yes.
Tommy.
I'm just, in the history of human beings, he's killed a lot of humans with a gun. Like
Yeah.
he's up there.
Well, you wonder. So, in this case, like, did he act like this under Abner Ravenwood?
Oh, was he like the mustachioed Indy? Yeah.
He was the Jenkels
The Jenkels.
to Panama Hat.
Yeah, exactly.
I know Marion's bra size. Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Speaking of bra
speaking of
sizes.
hierarchies, this coming in over the Aegean Sea wire.
Hey.
oh my goodness. What's this? The Edmund Fitzgerald is sunk. Oh
What's
no.
this about the Edmund? Let me see here. I am getting.
Jerry, do you have my clock still? Christy.
Yeah, I do, Mike. What is more important to Indiana Jones, science or luck? Clearly,
Oh.
luck is important, but is it more important than science?
I don't know that I would say science is important to Indiana Jones. You mean in how he, in what sense? Like what he values or what he uses to solve his puzzles?
Okay, so here's Indiana Jones. He's still alive on this boat. He's in the Aegean. He's on his like 38th crusade. of one that he never wanted to be on. You wonder, is he still? Would he attribute? Let's say, would he attribute his longevity,
Oh,
like in the world, to science or to luck?
or divine. I think at this point he would say is the Grail juice from.
Yeah, maybe.
They had a
divine.
lot of,
I
they
think
had a
it'd
lot
be
of adventures
neither.
before that, though. So
Yeah,
That's true,
like
but
it
he's-
was
he's-
luck until some divine.
Yeah, he's gotten a lot of
Force took
Yahweh
over.
assists and
yeah.
Shiva assists, and
It's
like he's
kinda
gotten a lot of
tough be-
assists.
There's a lot, and if you asked him, I mean, he's pedantic and he's arrogant. Like if you think of the guy sitting at the dinner at Pancot Palace, he's a little bit of a hum boom boom.
Yeah,
But he does have these moments of humility where he's like, I've seen a lot of things from, I've been to the one side of this galaxy to the other, and I've
Yeah.
seen a lot of strange things. So he does have a humility in him. He has that gear.
Yeah, he knows he's making it up as he goes, and that it's
Yeah.
not going to work out the way he expects it to. But he won't get killed.
Well,
he
don't
doesn't know
look
that he
at
won't,
it.
but
Don't look
yeah.
at it, Marion, is humbleness.
I guess. But it's also knowing stuff. He that's a bit of lore and fact that he picked up that he remembered, and that saved him and his girlfriend.
have you heard this kind of out there theory in quantum physics that your consciousness will always inhabit the timeline? That if time is every time a decision is made in the world, two realities are made, kind of deal.
Yeah.
And that there's this theory in quantum physics that your consciousness will always jump to the timeline where you don't die. So
Wow.
you're basically unkillable until at some point your body
Wow.
can't live any longer. But Indy's kind of the version of that in this. Like every time that in reality Indy would get killed, his consciousness jumps to he jumps to the timeline where he doesn't get killed no matter what the odds.
Yeah.
So he's living through the one timeline where he never dies.
Yeah.
Because if you end up in the timeline where you die, you'd be dead. So it wouldn't matter.
Right.
So if you're alive now and conscious, you probably are on that trajectory.
But what does that say about people who died kind of young? Like they just
Well,
were
that
bad
was
at
this
jumping from
wasn't
conscious?
their timeline.
Oh.
No, it only applies to you.
They're going
It
on
only
in their own
applies-
time. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, it
All
only
right.
applies to you. They jump to a different timeline where
Okay.
they're still alive. You might be dead in 38% of the other timelines, but that kind of deal.
But when I
everybody-
die, when I experience my own death,
You will have gotten so far, like you will be 136 because that's the only thing that could have killed you was incredible old age because you just would have kept jumping to the timeline.
but I'm
The
in this timeline
reality.
right now, and eventually I'm going to die.
Yeah, eventually you will.
As
but
we've been discussing,
you-
it's like in 15 minutes or something, because we're all very old. We're getting very old.
We are, but you will keep like anything that would have killed you prematurely. Like if there are two possible outcomes in any event, and you die in one, and you don't you die in 99, but you don't
Yeah.
die in one, your consciousness would jump to that one where you don't die.
Also,
is
anybody who
what the
dies of
theory
old
says.
age, that's kind of it for them. Like
That's
there's-
kinda- you'd
there-
have-
you're-
you would
you're-
have
You're
to.
running
There's-
out of other realities.
You just run out
where
of
okay.
yeah. There's no reality where you could still survive past a certain.
That was the
physical age.
last jungle vine on the hair of the chinny chin chin.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
Well,
maybe this is Indy's version of that quantum theory.
I do think that characters in movie franchises, especially action heroes, they probably get a huge assist. Like their quantum realities are just screenwriters and directors.
Well, it kind of is that, like you asked the question, what about those people that died? Well, this isn't their universe.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we see a superhero, we're looking at their universe, so it kind of is
Yeah.
like that theory.
Yeah. Well, this is the part of the show where I take what we last said and try to make a smooth transition and sort of segue to the end of the show. And I usually sort of say too many words and I kind of stumble over myself and it's not as smooth as I would have liked it to be. But having said that, maybe I've achieved that now? I don't know.
Yeah.
But if I-
Absolutely, you have. Yeah.
You let us know. Head over to the Indiana Jones Minute Listeners Crusade over there on Facebook and let us know. Or you can just write to us. Send us an email or something. I don't know. Where to find us.
And
Write
if
to
you
us on
haven't
Patreon.
achieved that, if you haven't achieved that transition, I bet part of you has jumped to the reality where you did achieve that transition.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, and that's
So you're
that's
living in
world
the
I want.
reality where you made the best possible transition.
I'm living in the smoothest timeline
Yeah.
Yeah.
For you.
for me. I don't care what the rest of you think. But everybody, thank you so much for listening. We'll be back next week with more of this and more who knows what else. Who knows what else we're going to get into, but it's all going to be great. And we will see you next time right here on the Indiana Jones Minute. Now I have Sundown by Gordon Lightfoot stuck in my head.
I don't know any of those songs, so I don't know the Edmund Fitzgerald song either.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like Gordon Lightfoot.
Whatever I think of him, I think of Gordon Jump.
That's not so bad. Gordon Jump's a good man, except when he's trying to sell bicycles to Dudley.